welcome to Simple Squid Vids. This is the very first episode. Woo! Thanks for tuning in. Now, this is the very first episode of our new channel. Hopefully, what I'm planning to do, a little bit of cooking, a little bit of gaming. You know what, my channel, we're gonna do whatever we want. But, as it's the very first episode, we're just sort of gonna ease on into it, sort of testing the waters, huh? Yes, our first negative review. Milestone already achieved. Anyways, today we're gonna do a little bit of cooking. And when I say about cooking, I'm gonna start a new series that I'm gonna be calling Elevating Prepackaged Food. Specifically, today we are looking at popcorn. Now, I don't know about you, I am sick and tired of the same old thing. Popcorn with butter, popcorn with salt, or even popcorn with the 100% natural artificial butter flavoring. This is delicious, but still kind of plain Jane right there. So, I'm going to be looking at how we're going to do popcorn 3 different ways today. Get away from the norm, you know, a little bit more enjoyable for our massive amount of streaming, of movies, anime, new shows, anime. Mostly anime, but we'll go on from there. Anyways, let's take a look. Popcorn's 3 ways. Alright, so the first one we're going to be looking at is homemade kettle corn. So, diving right into it. Squid puns. Anywho, diving right into it, you're going to get a pot, start heating up this fire right here, and we're going to throw in a 1/4 cup of oil. Oil. Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw in 2 or 3 kernels. When these suckers pop, it'll let me know the oil's hot enough, and we'll be able to make the rest of the popcorn. While we're waiting for that, I guess I'll bug my off-screen co-star here with a riddle. Hey Amanda.
Yes?
What vegetable has the best hearing?
I don't know what.
Corn, because it's nothing but ears.
No. Stop.
Expect a lot of bad jokes like that on this channel. I'm chock full of them. So now we wait. But it really should not take too long. I got the oil hot, and we're just watching this popcorn pop. Watching it pop. Hear that? Do you hear it popping? Let's see if we can catch this on camera. Look at that. You can just hear it. Rise, my children. Rise. Be free of your kernely shells. You could be so much more than what you are. Lower the heat a little bit, because it's going to be starting to splatter.
That's high expectation for popcorn.
You know it could be. Oh, there goes the first one. Oh, the first 2. We'll let the last one pop. Oh, there it goes. Absolutely it is. All right. Now, once the kernels pop, we know the oil's hot enough. Now, we're going to take off the lid, throw in a 1/4 cup, half cup of unpopped popcorn kernels. And we're going to do a whole half cup of sugar. White granulated sugar to be precise. Cover her up and shake. Now, the reason you're going to shake this is twofold. One, you want to coat all the kernels with the sugar and the oil. And secondly, you don't want the sugar to burn. Burnt sugar is tasty in my opinion, but don't smell too good. Now, remember, shake, shake, shake. Not pop it, not twist it, but shake it. And now we let it do its thing. Oh, there they go. Yep, there goes the popcorn. My mistake, I lowered the flame. You don't want to lower the flame. Yes, it might splatter a little bit, but that's what the lid is for. It's not going to splatter on you. Now we tune into some good popcorn ASMR. Now you want to let it pop until you stop hearing it pop for about 2 to 3 seconds. When you don't hear any more pops after that, turn it off, take it off the heat, and let it finish popping. Oh my goodness. Unfortunately, you can only hear it. I get to smell it. And it smells delicious. And take it off the heat. One more shake. And there we go. Homemade kettle corn. Smells so good. Alright, so for popcorn 2 out of 3, we're going to look at a sweeter version of caramel corn. Definitely going to satisfy all your sweet teeth out there. Now, I've been told no more vegetable jokes because they're really corny. Anyways, for this recipe, you can make it using microwave popcorn, so no slaving over the stove this time. But we're not going to use a bowl. Nope, no bowl. Actually going to use a baking sheet. And the reason for that is that it's going to allow us to get a nice coating of caramel sauce on each and every kernel. Delicious. Now, caramel sauce is pretty easy to make. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of butter and about a cup of brown sugar. Now, obviously you want to melt the 1/4 cup of butter, and we're going to add in about a half of this brown sugar. I'm going to just eyeball it little by little and slowly mix that sucker in there. Got my tiny little whisk. Whisk, 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 whisk. And you see how you start mixing that in, it starts disappearing. You're going to want it to get into a sauce-like thickness. And trust me, you will know exactly what I'm talking about
Hold it at an angle
when it gets to that thickness.
Pick it up and hold it towards the camera.
Look at that.
Like it.
Look at that sauce. Now, in between mixes, we're going to go ahead and heat it up a little bit. You can throw it into the microwave or you can throw it onto the stove, but we're going to do microwave just for the sake of time. Now, you can see the thickness already coming into play. Going to keep adding brown sugar. And then more tiny whisk action. There we go. Now we see it becoming more and more of a sauce right there. I think that's good enough. What do you think?
I think we microwave it again so it can hold more sugar.
All right, let's do it. And we're going to whisk in between each and every heating so you can see the consistency.
Add a little bit more, and then we're going to microwave it extra hot so that it boils a little bit in the microwave. So like 10 seconds instead of 5.
You got it. There you go. You can see it boiling over.
Just a little bit more. Add 2 more spoonfuls, microwave it for about 15 seconds so that it's extra liquidy, and then we'll make sure to pour it over while it's still nice and smooth. Beautiful.
And there we have it. Nice caramel sauce. Now, you gotta pour it while it's still hot, so it's still in that liquid form. And again, we want to try to get it as evenly coated as possible. Look at that nice little drizzle. Now, this is definitely going to be a lot sweeter than the caramel corn we just made. But again, that's why we're doing it on a baking sheet with parchment paper. So it's easy cleanup, easy for us to coat every kernel with at least a little bit of this sauce. I wouldn't recommend putting it in a bowl or mixing, and the reason I say that is because there's clearly a lot of liquid in this sauce, and it has a tendency to not only clump, but it may make the popcorn soggy as well. So this is definitely the most optimal serving of said homemade caramel corn. And we have finally arrived to version 3.0 of popcorn. Now, for people like me who like things on the spicier side, I've taken inspiration from the classic street corn, otherwise known as elotes. So for that, again, we can go ahead and make it with microwave popcorn. The ingredients we're going to need this time are 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, half a lime, and salt. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is melt the butter, obviously, mix in the mayonnaise, There we go, nice mayonnaise. Now we get to use the lemon press or citrus squeeze with the lime. And just a pinch of salt. Mix that all together. It's gonna give us a nice mix that's really reminiscent of what you would get from the street corn vendor. Nice little man. Elotes! Elotes! Bam. Nice little sauce. You can smell the flavor already in it. Bring back the bowl, and just like last time, we're gonna drizzle. But this time in a bowl, we're gonna be mixing everything together. So, nice little drizzle. Oh, you could hear that. Mmm. Look at that. Now, I'm not confident in my shaking abilities at all, so if I mess up, hopefully the editor fixes that. Otherwise, we're gonna see a mess of popcorn. Nope, there's a little bit lost already. Now, typically with elotes, you always finish it off with something spicy. You can use some hot sauce or a nice little chili powder. I myself, I'm going to use a nice little tahini mix. Sprinkle that on top. Give it a little bit more mixing. That way you have everything flavored and coated. And then just a little bit more sprinkling on top. And there we go, street corn popcorn. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. 3 flavors of the PopCorn for you to enjoy. Alright, and that's going to wrap up the very first episode. Thank you again for checking out Simple Squid Vids and for sticking with me to the end. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe down below. I would appreciate it, and it definitely helps out the channel. Also, if there's any recipes you want me to either cook, explore, or heck, want me to eat it just because I would enjoy it, please comment down below, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.